Good morning, students. Now, today we are going to move forward in the first chapter of business study, and our next topic will be business concept. What is business concept? All the human beings, whenever they are required to perform some or the other activity to satisfy their needs, they pursue different occupations to earn a livelihood and get some psychological satisfaction. So, so here all the businessmen having different occupation. There can be a chemist, a bookseller, or a general store person can be there, or some middle and small enterprises person can be there. They're all running business on the regular basis in the economy. So activities which human being undertakes are known as human activities. Okay, because business activities are being undertaken by the humans only. Some of these activities are undertaken to earn money, but others are performed to derive personal satisfaction. So here if you talk about a doctor treating a patient, then he is going to take fees. So that is the economic activity, and he is simply doing it because he wants to earn money. Now on the other side, your mother, she is working and making chapatis for you. So she is cooking food for you. Then that is a kind of personal satisfaction. She is not going to ask for money from you. On elimination of the human activities, one can one can find that some of these activities produce direct economic benefits. Direct economic benefits means earning money. Working in office, if you are working in an office, then definitely you are getting money. Running a shop, suppose you are running a shop, then also you'll get the money. Practicing as a doctor, if you are a doctor, then you're treating patients, so you are going to take fees from the patient. So again here monetary benefits can be seen. You'll be getting money, while others do not produce direct economic benefit, like cooking, playing, going to school, going to temple. Now you all go to school, you play. Okay, so are you getting any kind of money? Or suppose your father is going somewhere and he is going to play golf or some kind of sports and is coming back. In spite he's working somewhere, but still he's going to play somewhere. So is he getting some kind of money? No, he's simply doing that thing because he will be getting some psychological satisfaction in mind. So that's why he's going. But he's not going to get anything out of it, means any kind of money he's going not going to make. Similarly, if you're going to temple, so what will happen? It is just a kind of devotion towards the god. So you're not getting any kind of money from there. Okay, that is just a kind of satisfaction. So both the things you can see, some activities are done by the people for earning money as well as well for psychological satisfaction. Now types of human activities. So basically there are two types of activities, economic activity and non-economic activity. Okay, so we'll be discussing this one by one. Activities which are undertaken by the people for the object of earning money are known as economic activities. These activities are concerned with production, exchange, and distribution of goods and services. The purpose of economic activities should be expectation of money income which is used for further creation of wealth or assets. So here economic activity is the activity which is undertaken by the people. The people will put themselves to an action where they can earn money. Okay, so here the main purpose of economic activity is to make money. Suppose a company is there which is doing production, exchange, and distribution of goods and services. So why they are doing production? To sell in the market. Why they are distributing the goods and the services in the market? So that the people will buy, and when people will buy, they'll be paying money, and that money will come to the company. Okay, so this process of exchange of goods and services, if done by any kind of business, this is called as economic activity. Now here the two things are there. When the economic activities is done, there can be a good. Suppose that somebody is selling a TV or a radio, then he'll be asking for money and he'll be making profits. Okay, but suppose if a friend is there, okay, and he's just simply taking TV from you, but you're giving him the TV at the cost, means you're not making any kind of profit out of it. If you purchase it from the distributors for rupees 5,000, you are giving the giving your friend that TV at the same price 5,000. So is this an economic activity? Here you can see there is no profit being made. So this is not an activity for you. This is a non-economic activity, because here we can see there is no profit. So here in economic activity some profit must be seen and wealth must be created. Profit should be seen. Okay. Now examples of economic activities are production of goods in a factory. Okay. Distribution of goods by wholesaler or retailer. See here, distribution in a factory means factory making goods simply because they want to sell it in the market. They are not making it for themselves. They want to sell it in the market and make money. Similarly, distribution of goods by the wholesaler and retailer. The wholesaler and retailer are the entities which stand between manufacturer and consumer. So manufacturer sells to wholesaler, wholesaler sells goods to retailer, and retailer sells goods to consumers. So this is how this is a supply chain from the in the market. And both these entities make money by selling. Working in a factory, if you're working in a factory, you'll be getting either salary or wages. Practicing as a doctor, lawyer, working as a teacher in the school. If you're working as a doctor, you get fees, lawyer get fees, and working as a teacher, you don't get, yes, you get tuition fees, of course, because this is also a professional thing. So everywhere you can see that money is being generated. So everything comes under economic activity. Now here you can see doctor is treating a patient. This is an economic activity. Again here production is done. These peoples are working over here. So we can say that they are doing or getting salary. They are simply doing work for getting salary now. So they are just working for this salary basis. So this is economic activity going on. Now types of economic activity. So there are three types: business, profession, and employment. See, one person you can see in the market is business, who is setting a business and he's running it. Okay, suppose Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani is there and he's running his business. Okay, so what he's selling? Maybe he's selling Reliance Jio is his company, so he's selling same. Then he's selling you services, telecom services he's selling. So that is business. These earn profits. Profession, who is a professional? A lawyer, a doctor, teacher, they take fees. Okay, so this is professional. These professional people charge you money, but it is called as fees. The third entity is employment. Sorry, employment is basically done by an employee. Okay, so why employee works in the company. What he gets? Salary. So now we are going to discuss them one by one. Now first is business. The business refers to those economic activity which are concerned with the production, purchase, sale and distribution of goods and services with the main objective of earning profit. Okay, like fishing, mining, farming, manufacturing, wholesale, etc. So in business, only those activities are taken in which suppose there is a firm which does the production and they purchase something from the market as a raw material and sell the finished goods or distribute the goods and services in the market. So why they are doing it? Because they want to make profit. So the main objective of the business is to make profit. After it, what is profession? Profession refers to the activities which require special knowledge and skill to be applied by an individual in his work to earn a living. Like if you're a doctor, you'll have to do MBBS. You should possess that doctoring skills. Without that skill, if you're treating a patient and you're not a doctor, there are possibilities that the patient can die because of you. So there is some profession. Suppose there is one more person. We'll assume one more person is there. Now he's a chartered accountant. He's been called chartered accountant because he has got the power to audit the company, check the accounts of the company. So he will be charging some fees. So this is how they earn a living or make money. These activities are subjected to the guidelines or code of conduct they laid down by the professional body. So there are some professional bodies. If we'll talk about MBA course also, all the managers, there is something called as IMA. Okay, and there is association of the doctors also. So you will be becoming part of it. There is association for chartered accountant also. So where they become the part of it and there is a code of conduct, means rules and regulation which will be followed by these professionals. The people who are engaged in the professions are called as professionals. So these people are called as professional. For example, lawyer are professions engaged in the legal profession governed by the Bar Council of India. So bar councils can be seen. Doctor professional who are who are in the medical profession and are governed by the Medical Council of India. Again, now there is a government governing body over them. So there is a code of conduct. All these councils are simply made so that they can follow the rules and regulation, and they will have to complete that course. Only after that they can become a doctor or a lawyer. Like for becoming a lawyer, you will have to do LLB, BLLB. So all these courses are required. For becoming a CA, you will have to become a chartered accountant by clearing ICWA, like courses like CA, and also these things are important. If you want to become or enter into profession, you will have to do this thing. Similarly, if you want to become a teacher, you will have to complete B.Ed, D.Ed. Okay, all these things are necessary. Now, next one is employment. So, employment refers to an activity in which an individual works regularly for another person. Okay, here the person is working for some another person under him and gets remunerated in return. Remuneration, whatever the work is been done, he will be getting some money either in cash or in kind. Those who are employed by others are known as employees. Okay, so the person who is hiring is called as the employer who is providing you job. That person is called as employer. And the person who is being joined as an employee is called as a worker, or you can see simply an employee. So employer means boss. Employee means a servant or a worker under him. The person who engages other to work regularly for them are known as employer. The remuneration paid by the employer to employee is known as salary or wage. So when you work under someone, okay, so he is your employer, and he'll be paying you either salary if you're an employee. If you're a worker, he's going to pay you wage as a remuneration for your work, and this will be done on a continuous basis. Now, examples of employment: working in office, banks, insurance companies, shops, as a manager somewhere, as a clerk, peon, salesman. So, some posts are good, some are peons. So, everybody is just working and simply they are drawing salaries. Now, let's move forward. Let's look at the different. Now, the difference is between business, profession, and employment. So let us start with the first point, commencement means beginning. So business make commence with the decision of entrepreneur. So here the decision making of a businessman is important. Okay, so entrepreneur is the person who invests the money in the business and he takes risk. So that is his decision. So business start by taking a risk or making a decision. This is an activity of the entrepreneur or a businessman. Profession may commence with the completion of a degree. So here you'll have to complete a degree. Like you want to become a doctor, you should be having MBBS degree. Employment commences by joining in a duty by entering into a service agreement. So whenever you are working under someone, so there will be a contract between employer and employee. You will be signing it and giving that copy to the employer, and one copy you will be having. So that is called a contract between employer and employee. So simply by entering into this agreement, the employment begins. Second is qualification. For business, no qualification is required because here anybody can do business. If a person is not educated or he's illiterate, then still he can start a pan shop or some grocery shop. If he's having money, he can invest and he can start. Okay. In profession, prescribed and professional qualification and training is required. Here training and qualification are very important. Without it you cannot become a professional. Okay. Now qualification depend on the nature of the job. Now the qualification depends on the nature of the job, means if you are not qualified enough, so you will be getting a job of a peon. If you are a well qualified person, even you can become a manager in a company. So qualification matters in employment. The third point is investment. So here in business, capital investment is required. In profession, limited capital investment is required, because here also in profession, if you talk about a CA or a chartered accountant, he will have to invest some not too much sum of money, but some money still he will be buying somewhere space, okay, or a place somewhere, rental place, where he'll be operating his activities. So some, at least some money will be invested, but the requirement of money is less here in comparison to the business require huge amount of money. More amount you will invest, the bigger your business will be. Less amount you will invest, then your business will be a small business. Here the last one, no capital requirement is there. Here no capital, no money is required, because simply you are working under someone. He already invested and you are going under him to work. That's it, you will be getting salary. So there is no capital investment done by you. Risk. In business there is always risk. Business always have risk. In profession there is a little risk present, okay, not too much risk, but a moderate risk is there. Here in employment there is no risk, okay. Doesn't matter if if your employer or a company goes bankrupt, don't worry, you can leave from there, you can join the next firm. So it happens. Fifth, transfer of interest. So here the transfer of interest possible for some possibilities. Here in the profession, transfer of interest is not possible. So here one business can be sold to the another person for some money. Here transfer of interest cannot be done. If a doctor wants to make you a doctor, so without qualification it is not possible. He cannot give his degree to you or sell his degree to you. You are not taken training of MBBS or doctorate training, so you cannot become. Okay, so here it cannot be done. Here also it is not possible to transfer the service contract. Okay, I cannot sell my contract to somebody else and tell him that you can draw salary from there. Now the fifth point, transfer of interest. The transfer of interest is possible with some formalities. Here the transfer of interest by some formalities means you will have to fill out some forms and transfer of interest can be done. Okay, this point is already been done. So main objective we are going to do, the main objective of the business is earning profit. Main objective of the profession is to provide service. The main objective of the employment is to earn salary or income. Okay. Now code of conduct, rules and regulation. Sorry, there is in business there is no prescribed code of conduct for the business. Okay, there are no set rules and regulations already. Simply you'll be setting up a business, you're going to run. You need not to follow any kind of code of conduct of the business. The laws of the country are there. You will be abided by the laws of the country, but there will be no code of conduct of the business. It is up to you. Now, code of conduct is prescribed here in professional by the professional associations. So all these councils will be setting up rules and regulation, and the professional will be abided by that rules and regulation they will have to follow. Now the terms and condition in employment are of service contract are applicable on employee. So here whatever the terms and condition which you have signed and given to your employer, because when employer takes you on job, what he is going to do, he made you just to sign a contract. On that contract the terms and conditions were there upon which you agreed. So here it all these things, all this code of conducts or rules and regulation are applicable on an employee. If in terms and condition it is written that you are not going to uh, use any kind of mobile, then you will not be using any kind of mobile while working. Okay, so you will be following that. Now nature of work. Now, in business, it involves production, purchase, and sale of exchange goods and services. In business, what do? We do the production, or we exchange goods in the exchange of money, or we'll be distributing goods at different places. So, this is the nature of the work. In professional, it involves rendering of personalized services of specialized nature. So, if you're a CA, you'll be doing tax filing and all. If you're a doctor, you will be treating the patient. So there are specified nature of different types of professions are there. Okay, so the nature is different. It is according to the specialization of a person, because if a doctor is there, he is not going to go for audit, he is definitely going to treat the patient. She is going to go after audit. She is not going to look after the patients. Now here the next one, it involves performing the work as assigned by the employer. So here in this employment, it is focusing on the performing of the work. Okay, here what you have to do, whatever work is being given to the employee, he will have to perform or do that particular work. So that is the nature of his work. Whatever work is been given, he will be doing it. The last one is reward. What is reward? Reward in business is definitely profit. The reward of profession is fees. Reward of employment is salary or wages. So if you're working or a businessman, if you're a businessman, you'll get profit. If you are a professional, then you get fees. And if you're employee, then you get salary. So reward you should remember. Now what are non-economic activities? So here, these activities which are undertaken by an individual with the motive of getting psychological satisfaction are known as non-economic activity. Example, going to temple, charity, social service, production for self-consumption, etc. So here, what are non-economic activity? Those activity which are simply doing because of some getting some psychological satisfaction, mental satisfaction. Suppose there is a person, an old person, you saw an old person, okay, on the streets. So what you just helped him to cross the road. So you have not taken any kind of money from that old person. Okay, so you just simply helped him because it gives you some mental satisfaction. So you are not taking any kind of money from him. So is this an economic activity? So no is the answer. Why? Because you have not made any kind of money here. It is just a kind of psychological satisfaction. But if you charge money for crossing the road, you are charging him 10 rupees, give me 10 rupees because I will help you to cross the road and all. Then it will be converting into economic activity because you are doing it for getting money. Here the end result of the non-economic activity is not earning profit or creation of the wealth, but it gives satisfaction. Okay, now here we can see people are going to temple. So why do they go? For worshipping the god. Are they getting any kind of money? That's why they are going over there. Such a great crowd you can see over there. So are they getting money by going to the temple? No, they are simply going because of psychological satisfaction. They find peace of mind in the temple. That's why they are going. Here, see a lady is helping cross the road, an old man. So, is this an economic activity? No, it's a non-economic activity. She is simply doing it for getting psychological satisfaction. Now, here whether an activity is an economic or non-economic, it depends on the motive which is performed. The same activity can be economic if it result in earning money and can be non-economic if end result is not monetary gain. For example, when a teacher is teaching in a school, it is an economic activity because he or she gets salary for teaching. And when the teacher is teaching her own son at home, then it is not then it is a non-economic activity as he or she will not get any kind of monetary benefits for her teaching, but the end result is satisfaction of teaching own child. In the same way, when a farmer is producing crop for selling in the market, this is called as economic activity. But when he is cultivating a crop for self consumption, it is called as economic non-economic activity. Now, if somebody is asking you about a farmer, if he's doing the production, so this is the economic activity or non-economic activity. So definitely the farmer, when he'll produce the crops, definitely some crops he's going to keep for his family consumption. So that part you can say that the crops which have been kept for the consumption purpose, so that is a non-economic activity. But the things, the crops which is going to sell in the market for making money, it is the economic activity. So the same activity can be turned out to be economic activity and non-economic activity, depends on the monetary gains. If there is no monetary gain, then it means it is just for psychological satisfaction. Okay, similarly you can see here example of teacher. If your teacher is teaching you in the school, is it an economic activity? Yes, definitely it's an economic activity. Why? Because teacher in school they'll be getting salary for teaching you, so it is an economic activity. The second example can be the teacher taking your tuitions outside school. There are many teachers who take tuitions. So it is an economic activity or not? You are going to pay there as well. Okay, you paid to the school the fees, then you go outside and you pay to those teachers who already teaching you in the school, and still you are going to them for tuition and you are paying them also. So again, that's an economic activity for that teacher because he is making money from you. Okay, so this is how the economic activity and non-economic activity can be differentiated. Now there is a difference between both. So the motive here, the motive of the economic activity is to make money, earning money. Non-economic activity motive is psychological satisfaction. Here the second what is the expectation in economic activity? Money income is expected, and here money income is not expected in this activity. What is the purpose of economic activity? Is creation of wealth. We want to become rich. That's why we are doing economic activity. Here it's a psychological satisfaction is the purpose. Outcome, what will be the outcome of economic activities? So outcome of this activity will be production of more goods and services, definitely. Here the outcome of the services is the mental satisfaction of person who undertakes them. Here simply getting just a mental satisfaction. Example, here are business profession and employment are the economic activity. Now here you can see in non-economic activity, family oriented activity, religious, social services, or patriotic services, all these activities. So if you're a social worker somewhere running NGO, so this will be a non-economic activity. Okay, so that's it. Will be continue in the next videos lectures. Okay, till then, thank you.